This tip here is for you who need to save, right? The automation reloads and you have files that load every 5 minutes or every 1 minute, right? And you can't spend the automations there because, after all, for example, I have an X quota of automation here, right? I'd have 36 used here. I'm going to run an automation to load data. The data load is from this application called first. I'm going to do the data load. In my automation query, I'm going to press F5. It will consume one of the 36. It will go to 37. I want to avoid this automation consumption, so 36 here, it went to 37. I want to avoid this because I have an application that needs to be loaded every minute. How do I avoid this? I need to do the load via API. If you have seen the TASKCHAIN video, you will know how to do it. I'm assuming you have seen the video. With this, you will know here in Qlik SaaS how to create an HEST connection, right? A REST API connection, and also how to generate the token to load this application, right? If you haven't watched it, watch it there, then come back here. The tip is as follows. You will have to create 2 load applications. So there is load 1 and load 2. They will call, right? The load, even within the script, every X time that you define, and within these loads, they will also load other applications. For example, this application called first and this application that I want to load every 10 seconds. I will generate a load of it. What do I need? I need to get the OID of this application. I will be using this connection here, which is the post where reloads from Qlik SaaS. You put your penalty here. Follow the instructions here from the API, or if you watch the video from Thais that had gone Qlik, you will also know how to do it. To create this connection, it was this text here, alright. Anyway, I'll leave the text here in the video description so you can copy and paste. Alright, I will need the ID of this application in both load 1 and load 2. So I will copy its OID here. I will copy its OID here. You can also make a list of your applications that you need to load and save them in QVD. Alright? So I have it here in load 1. I will need the ID of the load 1 application in load 2. So I will leave it here, and in load 2, I will need the ID of the load 1 application. So I will leave it here so I can work with them. What do I have to do now? I have to make a load call. The load call already follows this API connection. I will make a loop with the names of the applications that I have here. So change here, right? It's strong. First, I will make the wait that I want to be 10 seconds, right? For each application load, for me to load this first one here. Change here, right? Slip. 10 seconds. How is it milliseconds then? 10,000, right? 10,000 is the time it will wait. Then I will put a load, and the load 1 and load 2 always have to be the last application on the list, alright? So I will load here. I will call them loads. 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 Ser load asterisk mine. Then I will put here my 2 applications, alright? This one, here, and here will be called ID up. ID AP. Okay, great. So here is the load and my slip. I will do the same for load 1. I will just change the OID of the application, right? Observe that the last ID, I will be calling the loader here. So, I will be calling the loaders here. Great. One application will call the other every 10 seconds, right? Load 1 will call load 2, and so on. Every 10 seconds. And it will also call the first one, right? This first application, it is inside the load loop of the 2 applications. Now I will do my looping here. So I will put for the n is the old list of foot of, right? Edivaldo list expression, OPA. Here's a little joke. Then I will give you an XT. Okay, this part here, right? That will receive the OID of the applications. It will stay here inside. So I will call the variable here. Alright. Do the same for load 2 then. The same for load 2. Putting here. Next, A. From this moment on, when you start load 1 or load 2, your application full will start running, one after the other. Alright? So it will only stop when you stop the loads. I will come here in my catalog. I will take load 1 and start it, then reload. From this moment on, the load started here. You will see that every 10 seconds it will update this app. I will cut this video, right? To summarize, you could see here that, in a very short time, it updated this application, which often you controls here and slipped. Alright. In the code, within your load applications, and this sleep here is how you control the number of times you will load. If you consult here, load 1 and load 2, it is in the reload frenzy, right? If you come here in details, you will see here in load history, it has already run 4 loads, alright? And if I check the automation, I have 37, I will press F5. And it won't increase, right? My automation consumption, because the loads are being triggered directly by the API call. So here I have 37, it remains the same and my application continues to load. Alright? To interrupt this load loop, you come here to your cloud and when its load starts, you start it where you can simply cause an intentional error in your script. I will cancel it here. Cancel, cancel. Alright, cancelled. Successfully cancelled if you can't cancel it here, right? It may be running too much. You are pressing F5. You are too busy, unable to cancel. You cause an intentional error in it. You simply type, I don't know, letter Z here, and leave the script saved here. Give all right. This will cause an intentional error in the load, right? Automatically when you load, Qlik will ask what is this Z here in the middle you will load. Wait, connecting sets there. What is this Z here in the middle, right? There is a letter Z here that is lost, alright? Then you can interrupt the load, alright? I hope I have assisted you with this tip and see you in the next video.